Welcome back, dudes. So how the war table stuff is gonna work? How the arcane or how the war table stuff is gonna work? Like, obviously, if I read every single quest text,
did you see the message I sent?
it would.
Yes.
The game would be mostly that. Like, they've written a lot. So I'll read some of them, like if it's particularly interesting, or if there's a lot of cool lore in it, or if it's plot relevant, I'll read it. I'll always read like the new scouting table missions, stuff like that. But for just missions, unless it's interesting, I'm not gonna read it out loud. And it's really, really nice that these are
to work
instantaneous. Like here's an interesting one. Clan Lavellan offers greetings to the Inquisition and wishes it well in sealing the breach that has opened into the sky. While some Dalish clans hate humans and wish nothing to do with them, Clan Lavellan has always dealt fairly with all and wished only for peace. That said, we have on occasion been forced to defend ourselves from those who saw us only as potential victims. It has come to our attention that a member of our clan is being held captive by your Inquisition. He went to the Conclave only to observe the peace talks between your mages and Templars, and we find it highly unlikely that he intentionally violated your customs. If he has been charged with a crime, we would appreciate hearing of it. If not, it would ease our concerns to hear from him to know that he remains with the Inquisition of his own will. We await your reply, Keeper Istimathoria Lavellan. The Dalish respect deeds, not words. Let my elven agents deliver something the clan needs as a show of good faith. Dalen, Andaran Atishan. It does my heart well to hear that you are safe. Our clan was visited by members of the Inquisition who spoke persuasively of the good work you are doing, as well as the fairness with which our kind have been treated by the Inquisition itself. You know that Clan Lavellan has little in the way of gold, but I gave the messengers some of our healing herbs as Silas blessed us with an abundance in our recent foraging. We would be a distraction if we came to the Inquisition itself, our hunters arguing with the humans, as they so easily do. Nevertheless, if you need aid, send word and we are with you. Dareth Shirel, Keeper Istimathoria Lavellan. Lannon had a really, really good relationship with his keeper. He liked her a lot, he trusted her a lot. The only real point of contention he ever had with her was that she trained him up to be a spirit healer. She wanted him to be a spirit healer, which has a lot of utility, particularly if you're Dalish. But Lannon's magic was not naturally inclined toward healing. Like, he could do it, and he was given some basic training in healing, but his magic was naturally offensive. And that can be kind of scary for a bunch of superstitious Dalish. But hey, then he became the Inquisitor, and
let us begin.
He got to use his offensive magic quite a lot. Let's see.
to work.
Okay. All right. So, let us head into the Chantry at Royeaux to see if we can talk down the clerics from, condemning us as heretics.
Having the herald address the clerics is not a terrible idea.
You can't be serious.
Mother Giselle isn't wrong. At the moment, the Chantry's only strength is that they are united in opinion.
And we should ignore the danger to the herald.
Let's ask him.
You want me to walk into a pit of vipers, and you ask me that?
They're not vipers just because they like to hiss.
I will go with him. Mother Giselle said she could provide us names. Use them.
But why? This is nothing but a...
What choice do we have, Liliana? Right now, we can't approach anyone for help with the breach. Use what influence we have to call the clerics together. Once they are ready, we will see this through.
All right. Going to Royeaux, a city built on the bones of elves, to address the Chantry that hates elves and mages as an elven mage. Yeah, this will be totally fucking fine. I don't even know why I'm worried. I really don't know why the loading screens are so long. I might have to turn down the quality. That might do it. I think it's on ultra high right now. Maybe I'll turn it down to high. I have a beast of a PC. I don't know if I made that clear. It's like a... It's a chonker. Ah, Val Royeaux.
The city still mourns.
Just a guess, Seeker, but I think they all know who we are.
Your skills of observation never fail to impress me, Varric.
My Lord Herald.
You're one of Leliane's people. What have you found?
The Chantry Mothers await you, but so do a great many Templars.
There are Templars here?
People seem to think the Templars will protect them from the Inquisition. They're gathering on the other side of the market. I think that's where the Templars intend to meet you.
Only one thing to do, then.
Man, music really slaps in this game.
They wish to protect the people? From us?
Protect them from the blasphemous Herald of Andraste, I'd say.
Surely they cannot think such a thing.
Why not? They wouldn't be the only ones.
You think the Order's returned to the fold, maybe? To deal with us upstarts?
I know Lord Seeker Lucius. I can't imagine him coming to the Chantry's defense. Not after all that's occurred. Return to Haven. Someone will need to inform them if we are delayed.
As you say, my lady.
They are talking about, because it wasn't just, like I said, the game doesn't really illustrate this very well, but it wasn't just the mages who broke off from the Chantry. It was also the Templar Order, which you could argue is a slightly bigger deal. Like, the mages were in bondage, like they had no choice. They had to be in the circle. But the Templars, they all came voluntarily. They took an oath. Alright, there we go. So let's go into the Summer Bazaar and see if we can find these Templars and the Chantry clerics.
Stand wary, guardsman. The Inquisition is here, along with the Herald of Andraste.
They say they found the knife here covered with the Divine's blood.
Wow.
Let him pass. The Inquisition is the Templars' problem, and they'll fix it.
Just calling me a racial slur right to my face. Fucking Orlesians. Ugh.
Good people of Val Royeaux, hear me. Together, we mourn our divine. A naive and beautiful heart, silenced by treachery. You wonder what will become of a murderer. Well, wonder no more. Behold, the so-called Herald of Andraste, claiming to rise where our beloved fell. We say this is a false prophet. The Maker would send no elf in our hour of need.
I make no such claim. I wasn't sent here by Andraste or the Maker. I'm simply trying to close the breach. It threatens us all.
It's true. The Inquisition seeks only to end this madness before it is too late.
It is already too late. The Templars have returned to the Chantry. They will face this Inquisition, and the people will be safe once more.
Okay.
Still yourself. She is beneath us.
Was that display supposed to impress me?
On the contrary, it wasn't for you at all.
Lord Seeker Lucius, it's imperative that we speak with...
You will not address me.
Lord Seeker?
Creating a heretical movement. Raising up a puppet as Andraste's prophet. You should be ashamed. You should all be ashamed. The Templars failed no one when they left the Chantry to purge the mages. You are the ones who have failed. You who'd leash our righteous swords with doubt and fear. If you came to appeal to the Chantry, you are too late. The only destiny here that demands respect is mine.
Very normal thing to say.
If you're not here to help the Chantry, then you just came to make speeches.
I came to see what frightens old women so, and to laugh.
But Lord Seeker, what if he really was sent by the Maker? What if...
You are called to a higher purpose. Do not question.
I will make the Templar Order a power that stands alone against the Void. We deserve recognition. Independence. You have shown me nothing, and the Inquisition, less than nothing. Templars, Val Royeaux is unworthy of our protection. We march.
Charming fellow, isn't he?
Has Lord Seeker Lucius gone mad?
It doesn't look like we'll be getting the Templars to help us after all.
I wouldn't write them off so quickly. There must be those in the Order who see what he's become. Either way, we should first return to Haven and inform the others.
Yeah, we probably should.
This victory must please you greatly, Seeker Cassandra.
We came here seeking only to speak with the mothers. This is not our doing, but yours.
And you had no part in forcing our hand? Do not delude yourself. Now we have been shown up by our own Templars, in front of everyone. And my fellow clerics have scattered to the wind along with their convictions. Just tell me one thing. If you do not believe you are the Maker's chosen, then what are you?
I'm an elf of the Dalish clans, nothing more.
That is more comforting than you might imagine. I suppose it is out of our hands now. We shall all see what the Maker plans in the days to come.
It's not too late. The Chantry could still help us and come out on top.
If only that were true.
What's to stop you from trying?
We are not looking for a winning horse. We are simply trying to do the right thing.
Doing just a bang-up job. Alright, now as I recall, if you go this way...
What's that? An arrow with a message?
It sure is. A message is attached, written in a large flowing hand and bordered with doodles. People say you're special, I want to help, and I can bring everyone. There's a baddie in Val Royeaux. I hear he wants to hurt you. Have a search for the red things in the market, the docks, and round the cafe, and maybe you'll meet him first. Bring swords. Friends of Red Jenny. A poor drawing of the locations in the market is attached. And this is how you recruit Sarah. I am always salty about Sarah's characterization. Even, like, not even so much her characterization. Like, if she had had a cool arc, like, she starts off...
We should search the area.
Really anti-Dalish, basically anti-elf, like, almost to the point of being self-loathing. And if she had had an arc where, like, you could, like, talk to her about, you know, the axis of oppression and, like, the elves that you claim to disparage so much are, like, exactly the kind of little people that you would look out for. If they had given her that, I would have even been fine with it. Like, I would have found it satisfying. But, you know, she's anti-Dalish, and she stays anti-Dalish, and she doesn't like elves who are elfy. And she doesn't learn anything. She doesn't grow. It's really disheartening. It's the same thing with Dorian's weird stance on slavery. These are both character traits that I choose to ignore. You crit fail, Club Wolf. Because, you know what? It's my campaign. And I get to make up the rules. Alright. So we have the 3 red kerchiefs. And we know now that they point the way to a little alleyway just outside Val Royeaux. But
If I might have a moment of your time.
Grand Enchanter Fiona?
Leader of the Mage Rebellion. Is it not dangerous for you to be here?
I heard of this gathering, and I wanted to see the fabled Herald of Andraste with my own eyes. If it's help with the breach you seek, perhaps you should look among your fellow mages.
The mages weren't willing to talk to the Inquisition before. Why now?
Because now I've seen what you are. And I've seen the Chantry for what it is. Consider this an invitation to Redcliffe. Come, meet with the mages. An alliance could help us both, after all. I hope to see you there. Au revoir, my Lord Herald.
They really
Come,
did Fiona dirty in this game.
Let us return to Haven.
They really did her dirty. Fiona's a fascinating character, and if you get the chance, I highly recommend you look her up, read the extra canonical comic books and stuff featuring her, because she's just she's fascinating. Oh wait, shit, I forgot.
They wish to protect the people.
We've already done this.
Someone will need to inform them if we are delayed.
I forgot to talk to this guy. Hello.
You are the Herald of Andraste, are you not? I have an invitation for you.
You are cordially invited to attend my salon held at the chateau of Duke Bastien de Kislaine. Yours, Vivienne de Fer, first enchanter of Montsemard, enchanter to the Imperial Court. Awesome. Looking forward to that. But first things first, we said we were going to get Sarah, so let's get Sarah. Go! So yeah, Lannon didn't have a lot of patience for Sarah in the beginning. In the Critfield Club Wolf timeline, they did eventually bury the hatchet. Sarah came around a little bit, and so did Lannon. And they did get along. So much so that he actually joined the Red Jennies at her behest.
Herald of Andraste, how much did you expend to discover me? It must have weakened the Inquisition immeasurably.
I don't know who you are.
You don't fool me. I'm too important for this to be an accident. My efforts will survive in victories against you elsewhere.
Just say what?
What is that?
Ugh. Squishy one, but you heard me, right? Just say what? Rich tits always try for more than they deserve. Blah, blah, blah. Obey me. Arrow in my face. So, you followed the notes well enough. Glad to see you're... And you're an elf. Well, hope you're not too elfy. I mean, it's all good, isn't it? The important thing is you glow. You're the herald thingy.
Sure, why not? I glow. What's going on?
No idea. I don't know this idiot from Manners. My people just said the Inquisition should look at him.
Your people? Elves?
No. People. Name's Sarah. This is cover. Get round it. For the reinforcements. Don't worry. Someone tipped me their equipment shed. They've got no breaches.
Why didn't you take their weapons?
No breach. Friends really came through with that tip. No breaches. So, Herald of Andraste. You're a strange one. I'd like to join.
How about we get to know each other first? You know, names and such.
One name. No, wait, two. It's Well, it's like this. I sent you a note to look for hidden stuff by my friends. The Friends of Red Jenny. That's me. Well, I'm one. So is a fence in Montfort, some woman in Kirkwall. There were 3 in Starkhaven, brothers or something. It's just a name, yeah? It lets little people, friends, be part of something while they stick it to nobles they hate. So here, in your face, I'm Sarah. The Friends of Red Jenny are sort of out there. I used them to help you. Plus arrows.
The Inquisition has spies already. Can you add to these professionals?
Here's how it is. You important people are up here, shoving your cods around. Blah, blah, I'll crush you, I'll crush you. Ooh, crush you. Then you've got cloaks and spy kings, like this tit. Or was he one of the little knives, all serious with his little knife? All those secrets, and what gave him up? Some houseboy who don't know shite, but knows a bad person when he sees one. So no, I'm not knifey shiv dark, all hidden. If you don't listen down here too, you risk your breeches. Like those guards, I stole their... Look, do you need people or not? I want to get everything back to normal. Like you.
All right, Sarah. I can use you and your friends.
Yes! Getting good before you're too big to like. That'll keep your breeches where they should be. Plus extra breeches because I have all these... You have merchants who buy that pish, yeah? Got to be worth something. Anyway, Haven. See you there, Herald. This will be grand.
They really did Sarah dirty. Especially because, like, if you don't pay attention, you don't even notice that...
Have you ever had any interest in learning magic, Sarah?
Get off.
While it has not manifested naturally, there are ways to determine whether arcane gifts lie dormant within you.
What? Don't make me think about that. I have to sleep at night.
Sleeping would give you the chance to explore the Fade. I could introduce you to spirits.
Right, you're messing with me on purpose.
Why would I do that? It is not as though I know who filled my bedroll with lizards.
Fair point. That was pretty good.
Oh, man. Like, if you're not paying attention, like, online in the fandom all the time, I hear people talk about, like, man, the Friends of Virginia was this cool, mysterious organization. It turns out it's just a bunch of dipshits doing nothing. But, like, you have to, if you don't pay attention, like, the Friends of Virginia are actually extremely useful. Like, all the war table quests that you get with them, they net the Inquisition, like, a lot of power and influence. But you can barely notice it because all you see is Sarah. And Sarah is kind of detestable sometimes. Alright, before we head back to Haven, why don't we just recruit our second mage?
Master Lavellen, on behalf of the Inquisition.
Boy, is he out of place here.
A pleasure, sir. We so rarely have a chance to meet anyone new. It is always the same crowd at these parties. So you must be a guest of Madame de Fer, or are you here for Duc Bastien?
Are you here on business? I have heard the most curious tales of you. I cannot imagine half of them are true.
Some of those storytellers may have gotten carried away.
But only for the best effect. The Inquisition is a ripe subject for wild tales.
The Inquisition. What a lot of pig shit. Washed up sisters and crazed seekers. No one can take them seriously. Everyone knows it's just an excuse for a bunch of political outcasts to grab power.
I've never made any claims to holiness. What's your point?
In front of all these people, you admit to being a pretentious usurper. We know what your Inquisition truly is. If you were a man of honor, you'd step outside and answer the charges.
My dear Marquis, how unkind of you to use such language in my house to my guests. You know such rudeness is intolerable?
Madame Vivienne, I humbly beg your pardon.
You should. Whatever am I going to do with you, my dear?
Oh my god, what a queen.
My lord, you're the wounded party in this unfortunate affair. What would you have me do with this foolish, foolish man?
I think the Marquis has seen the error of his ways.
By the grace of Andraste, you have your life, my dear. Do be more careful with it. I'm delighted you could attend this little gathering. I've so wanted to meet you. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Vivienne, first Enchanter of Montsimard and Enchantress to the Imperial Court.
Your salon has certainly exceeded my expectations so far.
I'm glad to keep you entertained, my dear. I wanted to meet face to face. It is important to consider one's connections carefully. With Divine Justinia dead, the Chantry is in shambles. Only the Inquisition might restore sanity and order to our frightened people. As the leader of the last loyal mages of Thedas, I feel it only right that I lend my assistance to your cause.
What exactly can you do for the Inquisition?
I am well versed in the politics of the Orlesian Empire. I know every member of the Imperial Court personally. I have all the resources remaining to the Circle at my disposal. And I'm a mage of no small talent. Will that do?
Does that mean you'd be aiding the Inquisition from the Imperial Palace?
Ordinarily, I would be happy to serve as liaison to the court, but these are not ordinary times. The veil has been ripped apart and there is a hole in the sky. It is now the duty of every mage to work towards sealing the breach. And so I would join the Inquisition on the field of battle.
The Inquisition will be happy to have you, Lady Vivienne.
Great things are beginning, my dear. I can promise you that.
Vivienne is another one that was kind of done dirty. Not so much like the writers just framed her in kind of like a sketchy way. They tried to make her seem like a villain, and they preyed upon people's racism, assuming that, you know, a self-possessed, dark-skinned woman would, of course, be a villain. And you can totally betray her and break her heart, and it sucks. Vivienne's a complex character, but in the end, Lennon really liked her. They fought like cats and dogs over their stands on the Circle, but overall, he, in the end, he really respected her. And she really respected him. And that's probably a good spot to leave it for now. When next we meet, we'll talk to our new companions and head back to the hinterlands, finish up some quests there. See you then.